So it's all for play for still.
I think so. Do you want to bet against us?
Well, lads, welcome to the For the Love of Pomegranate podcast. That one kind of snuck up on me there. I was wondering, what the hell is going on with the intro there? It was like as if it was melting back into the screen. I don't know whatever effect I'm after putting on it there. It must have, it was causing me to wonder for my existence there for a moment. But less of that and more of the fact that we're 8 minutes away from getting a team sheet for Aston Villa and Chelsea in the Carabao Cup. Paddy, I think this is going to be... I think it's going to be an interesting team sheet, regardless of what happens, and I think we'll see some new faces. Ashley Priest is just after mentioning there that Caleb Chukwuemeka, Carney Chukwuemeka for the team, bit of Aaron Ramsey, Cameron Arthur have all travelled with first team squad, along with I think Bertie, Nakamba, some of those guys there as well. So it's going to be a really interesting one here.
But I think it'll be more interesting to see who's left out. So. I think we know that things will be mixed up a little bit. So who's going to be rested for the weekend, and you know who's the glaring omission. Now you know we looked at Morgan Sanson missing the weekend. Is he going to be left out again tonight? Surely tonight will be the night for him. Along with all the guys you've just mentioned, I'd love to see Cameron Archer get another run. I'd love to see the two Chukwuemekas get a run. But you got to factor in the quality of the opposition too. We don't want to go out and take a spanking, and we don't know everything is going to hinge on what they play tonight for what's going to happen in the next 3 hours.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah. Look, I don't know. Call me mad, but oh, brilliant! After finding a purple snack in my pocket, I don't even know where that came from. I don't know. Does anyone ever have a childhood? Does anyone ever remember a purple snack?
I guess our English viewers are going, what the hell are you?
What the hell is a purple snack? A purple snack is what if you were in a pub when you were a child, you get a bottle of Sidona and a purple snack and you'd be told, shut up and go into the corner. That's what used to happen if you were an Irish.
Sidona is either.
Yeah, actually, yeah, absolutely. Google Sidona.
Sidona is cider without the alcohol.
Yeah, it's just fizzy apple juice, essentially. Anyway, back to more pressing matters there. I don't know. I flip-flopped in this game, and I flip-flopped as to whether, you know, in the actual competition as a whole, I want to win every competition 100%. But I'm kind of the opinion. I woke up this morning and I was thinking, why not go full guns tonight? Knock out Chelsea. Like, we're going to lose to a penalty against United at the weekend anyway. We know that's going to happen with Mike Dean and Cristiano Ronaldo on the field. We know it's going to happen. Mike Dean won't take his head out of Ronaldo's hole for the whole game. So it's going to be a situation that we are going to feel aggrieved against United. No, I'm joking. I'm joking before anyone accuses me of being overly negative. But I'm thinking, why don't we just go nuts out tonight? There's a lot of Premier League teams playing against each other. Like United are playing West Ham. So West Ham get a result there. Wolves are playing Spurs, I think, as well. Norwich have gone out. There's a lot of Premier League teams have gone out of this competition. We knocked out.
I think we do need to go kind of strong, because is there such a thing as a weak Chelsea side? You know, we saw when we played them, their bench was just so loaded, and just the ability to come on and change the game is just crazy. You know, Owen Bradley said all you need now is a bottle of football special.
Oh yeah.
Another thing nobody will ever figure out is
football special was only available up the north as well. It was never even down south. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a bottle of it downstairs actually that I brought back from my holidays.
Really? Is it still on the go?
Oh, it's still on the go, yeah.
Football special, Jesus Christ, yeah. But no, you're right. Like, there is no such thing as a weak Chelsea team. And look, we're going to see what they put out tonight. I'm going to have you on Chelsea team sheet duty, because I have the power of Twitter again. It's because I'm not in a car or in a beer garden, so we'll be able to do that today. Let's take a look at some of the comments before the team is announced, because realistically we could sit here and we could talk about if this person is in, if that person isn't in, but genuinely I think we know in our heart of hearts that it's going to be a mix and match team, today, and it's more a case of trying to talk about what the tactic is going to be for tonight, and maybe just try and see where Smith's allegiances lie towards the young kids. I think really that's what I'm looking forward to most. But before we see this squad, and the squad should be announced in about 3 minutes' time. Good to see you, Si. Good, thanks for checking in. Si Staples says, "Evening, lads." Macadamia says, "If there's no Sanson tonight, you have to wonder about his Villa future." It's an interesting one. I'd like to think on that. I don't think his future is at risk.
You'd have to wonder what he's at. If he can't push himself into this squad, he's doing something wrong, in my opinion, or he's carrying an injury. So we won't be privy to that until somebody asks Dean about it. So we'll see.
I don't see any reason for him not to be in this squad, though.
No, it's crying out for him tonight.
He's in the
crying out for
squad
him to get in from the start, get 70 minutes under his belt.
He was Ashley Priest said that he was doing some pretty rigorous running after the Everton game. He wasn't in the squad for the Everton game, but he said that there was a couple of people put through their paces in the field afterwards.
That's
normal, interesting. Yeah. Tom, welcome aboard again. Thanks very much, and same to you, Ad. Thanks for checking in there. Sniffrat. Excellent name.
Jeez.
Says, "Good evening, folks." Sai again says, "Oh, I'm after losing my. Where am I going to?" Sai says, "It's a bad. I'm only wanting the likes of House and Sanson to get minutes. I think everybody's kind of looking for that, And to be honest with you, they're very, very capable Premier League players. I think both of those players in particular, and I'd have no problem if the two of those start. Actually, in fact, I'd be actually more surprised if the two of those didn't start." Or weren't in the squad. I think that would be more damning than anything else. I really, of all the young kids that could play tonight, I really, really want to see Lamar Bogart. I've been saying it since pre-season. The first pre-season game I've gone, there's just fucking something about this kid. There's just something about him that I'm just drawn to.
And he has been training with the first team, so
for the last
there's no reason why not. Yeah. He was training last week with the first team, so is that heading towards today? Possibly. So we'll find out in the next minute or so. Yeah,
for sure. Kieran, thanks for checking in there. Nice sweatshirt. Yeah, this is an idea I had about 2 months ago that I never pushed up the line or down the line or anything.
It's a concept shirt.
It's a concept shirt. It's a concept shirt with a big stain in the middle of it. That's what it is as well, Kieran. But
purple snack.
Purple snack, exactly, down the front of it. Dean says, "I'm thinking Traore is a 9, Anwar and Ami either side, maybe keep Ings and Ollie for United." Interesting. I forgot all about Anwar Al-Ghazi. I don't think so. I wouldn't be surprised to see Caleb Chukwuemeka start, considering he's got first team and when I say first team experience, I mean albeit at a lower level, he's got senior experience, and I know he wasn't very prolific at that level, but he's a big, strong kid, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him start. Is he much worse than? Sorry, I don't want to say that because we weren't exactly wholly down on Keenan Davis, but is he much different to Keenan Davis from that point of view? He probably has a bit more skill and a bit more mobility about him. Just doesn't have the brute strength.
Yeah.
What else have we here? Jonathan says, "Oh, we must be coming up to the announcement soon." Jonathan says that Sanson, Bundy, Traore and Archer to start, hopefully. I agree. Looking for Aiden says looking for an El-Ghazi special. Yeah, actually, isn't it mad? At the start of the season, we would have been screwed without him. Now, we're kind of going, oh yeah. Well, me personally going, oh yeah, I forgot about El-Ghazi. Because there's so much talk about Bailey and everybody else.
Team is in, Neil.
Team is in. I'm just trying to get it up here.
Lots of talking points.
So, let me just share my screen. Our team is in for tonight to share to. Oh, yeah. Interesting.
It's a 4-3-3. There's only 2 centre halves in there. We'll have Ashley Young at left back, Tuanzebe and House in the middle, Sanson, Nakamba, and I'm gonna say Buendia in front of them, with Traore off the right, El Ghazi off the left, and Archer through the middle on his own. That makes sense?
Absolutely.
You're still eating your
Still
purple snack.
And you know what? I'm after finding the second one. I didn't even know there was one in the house. Never mind two in my near vicinity. I found the second one.
Also, Neil, big news on the bench is Bogarde is on the bench.
I see him. He's there. Sinisalo, Konza, Bogart, Carney. And I love the way they call him Carney and Caleb. I love that. Carney and Caleb are both on the bench. Aaron Ramsey and Philogene Bidet. So if we do need to change it up, it will definitely be a youthful look to the side when we do go to change them up, which is great. I don't know. I was kind of harking. This shows me that Dean Smith wants to take this as seriously as he's taken Saturday. Really does.
I think he can do without a pasting at this stage of the season as well.
Yeah, that's a good point.
People sharing stupid stuff about him being under pressure when he's quite obviously not under pressure. So yeah, I completely understand what his thinking is there. You know, I said earlier that you got to be wearing them regardless of what Chelsea do, what their team is going to look like. We'll have a look at that now in a second. But they'll definitely have enough, regardless of what they put out, to go and have a good pop off it.
Cash Tuanzebe House Young. I suppose that's really what he had to go for. I was being very romantic, thinking that Bogard would step in there and lord it against the team that his uncle finished up his career with, albeit that his uncle finished up his career with maybe not the best. There it was. I just clicked past it. Maybe not with the best reputation. But it would be nice. Interesting. Chelsea are sponsored by Parry Match as well, which is betting. Isn't it? It always amazes me. And I know we're going to get tons of comments in the comment piece here. We're not pro betting. We're not anti betting. Each to their own, I think, from that point of view, because it would be very, like, I would put on a bet at times, but I know when to say no, and I know I completely understand other people don't as well. So, as I say, everybody's circumstance is different in that aspect, and that's not me sitting on the fence. That's just being genuinely honest about it. But Parry Match, isn't it amazing how many different betting companies will just appear every year? Every year, there's like 5 of them no one has ever heard of. Madness.
It's a big industry, and you know, I know a lot of people give out about them and whatever, but you know, I'd put on a bet too, but just because Parry Match is there for Villa or Chelsea doesn't exactly encourage me to go and look up their website. You know, it's just one of those things. It's either in here or it's not. But from my point of view, betting companies are vital at the moment for football because we need them for income, and that's income coming in. And a lot of people have them on their shirts. So, I know that company that's on our sleeve.
OB.com.
Yeah. Name escaped me, but yeah, that's a betting company as well, I believe. So, and look, we've had plenty of them in the past, and we probably couldn't have survived without them. It's important. You need sponsorship. The alcohol sponsorship is gone now. Cigarettes is a thing of the past. So they just need to get the money in. Let's talk about the football.
Unfortunate thing. Absolutely. Don't you know Ross Barkley's going to come off the bench? To a rapturous applause from the travelling Aston Villa fans, I'm sure. But yeah, the Chelsea lineup is Kepa on goals. He's been playing well recently. When I say recently, he played well last weekend in Mendy's absence. Reece James, Trevor Chalobah, Madeline Sarr, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Kante, Saul, Chilwell, Ziyech, Werner and Loftus-Cheek. Looks like they're going with a 4-2-3-1 as well, which is an interesting one because you'd have to think that like Chilwell isn't. Looks like Chilwell's playing further forward than Hudson-Odoi, which is interesting.
Yeah, they have them kind of in place, don't they, of where they're going to play, judging by that. It's a strong team, Neil, and you know, as we said earlier, just look at the bench. If they make 3 substitutions, Havertz, Mount, and Lukaku, or Thiago. Is that Thiago Silva?
Yeah, Thiago Silva, yeah.
So there's lots there to change the game. Probably more tried and trusted than what we have. So they're taking this seriously as well.
But I'm not. I'm going to go back to Villa's team there because I'm not. How will I put it? I'm not too scared of this game. Like we're not going to go today and get a pasting.
But like they have over 200 million in talent sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
When you think about it that way, it's absolutely bonkers.
Wednesday night in the competition, we don't know how up they are for it. You know, it's one of these things. You know, this is exactly the night we could catch a team like Chelsea. Like our second squad is going out against their second squad. If you were to say that last year, and I know we've got Cameron Archer starting up front, and that's probably a surprise, you know. But if you were to say that last year, that our second team is going to go out against Chelsea's second team, we'd be fearing a 10-0.
Yeah.
Genuinely, like, and the great season that we had.
Yeah. We've nurtured these young kids to come in and pick up the mantle, and now it's time for them to basically shit or get off the pot. So we have to throw them in there for games like this. Absolutely no problem with Cameron Archer. He's earned a spot there with his last appearance. He nearly got on a couple of weeks ago against Brentford, was it, when Konsa got injured?
Yes.
And the substitute was changed at the last second. So he would have had a Premier League appearance under his belt at this stage as well. And I wouldn't rule out seeing him anytime in the near future that he's brought on to basically make his his first appearance. But obviously not to start a game, I would imagine, but we'll see.
Yeah. It's I'm like our back four there could start in the Premier League, no problem. Sanson and Nakamba will have lots of energy in there in midfield. To stop attacks. You know, we've got the unpredictability of Traore. We've got 38 million pounds in Bundia. We've got 2 goals. 2 goals, yeah, I'm right in saying 2 goals. El Ghazi there. Is it 2 goals or 1 goal this season? But still, he was prolific for us last year and 10 goals last year. And then we've got Cameron Archer, an unknown quantity up top.
He scored a hat-trick on his last game.
Scored a hat-trick, yeah. But then again, like there's a big difference between Barrow and Chelsea.
Of course.
Huge difference there. So look, I know. This is going to be an interesting game. Mm-hmm. I think there'll be a lot of talking points. Do I think we can win? I think we can win every single game. And that's a stupid question because I think everybody should think you can win every game. Do I hope I win it? Am I hopeful that we'll win it? I'm hopeful that we'll win it. Do I expect it we'll win it? I'm not 100% sure whether we will win it, if you know what I mean. That's a very long way around semantics and verbal gymnastics there. I suppose what I'm trying to say there is that, look, anything can happen on the night, but if we don't win this game, you know, I don't think it's going to knock us off an awful lot of the what's going to happen to us for the rest of the season, should I say. But saying that, it'd be nice to have a good run in this competition, get into Europe and win it. Why not? We haven't won anything in quite a while now.
Well, the only thing that really pisses me off about going out of this competition at this stage is if you get a handy draws as you go along, it gives you a chance to blood players along the way. The likes of Cameron Archer getting a run in the team, Sanson getting a start. You know, all of these things come into effect as the season goes on. So if we draw a lower league club in the next round, it gives the likes of Philogene Madeis or Aaron Ramsey a chance to make a start. So all of these things taken into consideration, I'd love to see us go and win it, but I'm not too hopeful.
Yeah, we'll see.
And that's just honesty.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Anything can happen. Anything can happen in a beautiful game. Sai says, good to see our top scorer starts again. Yeah, Cameron Archer is our top scorer so far this year as well. Broken says decent show up there. I think we'll give it a good go. Yeah, there's actually, do you know what? It's pretty. There's nice cross section in the comments as to people who think we'll do it and people who think we won't do it, which is fine, which is absolutely fine too. Aidan says this could be a fun game. Lots of people with a lot to prove. Exactly, 100%. Yeah. Carol says I think we're too light up front, not much off the bench up top either. I don't like our chances. Valid, absolutely valid. We've got kids to come off the bench to play up top. But maybe that small bit of unpredictability will work in our favor. Ad says with Archer we have some wicked pace in the counter, which is 100% true. Gary 76 GD says 3-1 Villa. Happy Wednesday, my Villa family. That's the positivity we're looking for sure. If it's 3-1, we'll absolutely we'll be delighted. We'll be dancing in the streets. Kahua Gaming says, wow, they are strong. They are strong, but a lot of their players as well, you know, like who's to say we can't get at that back too? You know, Trevor Chalobah is going playing in. He's going to be seen as the leader of that back four now. He's played in a back line with established pros beforehand. He's going to be playing with Madeline Sarr, who hasn't played an awful lot in English football. Well, in Premier League football, top flight football. So far, so you never know. You could get at one or both of those young centre halves, and for that reason, I'm a bit kind of disappointed that there isn't a Danny Ings in the bench. To maybe bring him on and give those two a small bit of a run around, being the wild old fox that he is. Chris just thinks we're getting spanked, and that's cool too. You'll either be proved right or you'll be proved wrong, and that's not me having a go or anything, but like it's every opinion is valid.
I don't think we'll be spanked, but I'm not hopeful for a victory either. If that makes sense.
Yes, it does. I tuned out. I didn't hear what the start of your sentence was, and then I had to kind of make it up my mind. Then after you said it, I don't think we can spank because, okay, he said that doesn't make sense. So maybe he kind of half contradicted himself at the start. So I know what you said. I think now. Mad Villain says Chelsea have a ridiculous squad. I really see them winning the league. Anyone but City is fine, to be honest. Yeah, to be honest, exactly. Yeah. Like City only win it as a vanity project so that they can, like when you see the amount of money that you get for winning the Carabao Cup, you actually get more money or the same amount of money for winning the Electricity League here in Ireland as you do for winning the Carabao Cup. Yeah, there you go.
You get more money on the gate tonight than they would for winning the Carabao Cup.
Chelsea will, yeah.
Well, it's split in two. We get half of it, so chances are we'll probably get as much money by turning up tonight than we would for winning the Carabao Cup. So it's not the prize money. It's all about getting into Europe on the back of it. So exactly, that's always our dream, isn't it?
Exactly. Jonathan Tinsley says Werner to break his duck guaranteed. It's just what happens, isn't it? It's just what happens. Seeker64 says so much for Villa taking the cup seriously. No Ings or Watkins. Villa fans won't be happy if we go to the cup with this team. I don't know. We'll put up a poll afterwards. We'll see. We'll see. I think like it's a toss up. Do you want to go and give United a good go in Old Trafford? 12:30 start with Mike Dean reffing it. Do we really think we can win that? You know? I don't know. I genuinely I think we've got a better chance with the team that we have going out against this team against Chelsea. I think we have a better chance than if we had Jack Grealish come back, parachute back for one game, play against Man United in Old Trafford with Ronaldo and Mike Dean playing. I think we'd have a better chance in this game tonight. I just think there's no way. I think there's no way Mike Dean lets us win the weekend. We might get a draw, but I think Mike Dean.
We've only won 2 games of the 22 games that he's refereed us. So does that bring you any confidence? Yeah,
stats don't lie. But no, as I say, look, I want to win this cup as well. I want to win this cup, and I want to win it the weekend. I suppose I'm just what I'm saying here is that, like, you know, things just aren't in our favor at the weekend. But look, we'll have a rattle tonight. Like I genuinely think we'll have a rattle. Darren makes a great point here. Lest we forget the taking the lead against Liverpool with even younger kids last year, Louis Barry style, and stifling that team. Yeah, granted there was nobody in the. Was there people in the stands that day?
No,
it
was empty. Unfortunately,
yeah.
Look, I'm not being negative. I'm just being realist here. No. You know, it's of course I want us to go and win this bloody game and get as much of a run in this competition. And you know, the ghosts are still there from 94 and 96, those halcyon days where it was only a Carabao Cup or a Coca-Cola Cup as it was at the time. But they were magical times. They were 2 magical trips. And I'd love to be going back there again. I'm after seeing Villa in the last 10 years lose 2 finals. So I want them to go and see us win something again.
A lot of negativity about the lineup, lads. A lot of negativity. I suppose we'll see what the situation is. Disappointed the lineup is shocking. Why not try to win this game?
Well, I think its philosophy could be.
I think we're Danny Ings away from having a team that could potentially start in the Premier League.
I think his philosophy could be that he doesn't think we're going to win it anyway. So I honestly don't know. It'll be interesting to see what Dean has to say before and after. You know,
we're not saying, and we're not saying this is a world beater for team by any stretch of the imagination. We're just trying to see why, make sense of why it was picked. If that makes sense. And there's plenty of talent in this team. God knows we've got a 38 million pound player, we've got an 18 million pound player, we've got two 18 million pound players in there. You know, this isn't the kids either, like, you know. So it's
absolutely not.
No. Anything else in there, lads? Any other questions? And yeah, you're right, Sherry. The League Cup is something we could be targeting. But let's see if we imagine what happens if we squeak through on penalties tonight.
Well, I've mistakenly said I'm playing indoor football at 7:30, so I'm going to miss the first half.
You're going to miss the first half. You're going to miss the first half of indoor football if I don't finish up this podcast soon.
Which my son replied anyway. So that's grand. You'll be back for second half and penalties. So he's optimistic.
Mystic Stephen has spoken, so he's going to be.
And look, it's just one of those things that you want to put out our best team every time. That's just the way it is. But football is changing. This is a chance of a break for a few people.
And Sherry thinks this isn't a good team and thinks that we're sugarcoating it as well. I don't know how we're sugarcoating this. We're just talking about what the team is. But listen, as I say, you know, you're 100% right. If you feel that this isn't a good team, that's cool too. There's no problem there. Absolutely not. No offense taken.
Yeah, everything he says there is correct. We're not sugarcoating anything. I don't see any optimism coming out of my mouth.
Yeah, I don't think we're sugarcoating. But as I say, no, but I can understand why people are upset with the team. Like, but if you wanted Mings or Ings, Mings, Watkins, whoever else to play today, I think the writing was on the wall that they weren't all going to play. Maybe we would have expected a Danny Ings up front or an Ollie Watkins up front, and I think that team would be well capable of going on to win a game today. Yeah. But look, hey, we'll be all singing a Cameron Archer's name afterwards. If he bangs one in tonight, we win 1-0.
I hope so.
Yeah. But that's going to do it, lads. People seem to be getting, you know, I let people kind of simmer down, get to their couches. I knew there was going to be talk about this. This might actually be the first tantrum we've actually had on the team sheet tantrum.
It is a bit of a tantrum, and the worst part of this is the majority of the people here may not be able to see this game either. So that it's not going to tell a tale unless you can actually watch it. So do your best to try and find yourself some way of watching it throughout the dark web. But it's going to be a tough one, and you know I'm not being pessimistic. I just don't think.
Sorry, no, 100% charge. No, I know. We don't take any offense. Everybody's comments are 100% valid. And you know, you did this on purpose because you know I have to show it, Fred. Oh, you know I have to show it. Okay, there we go. Look, there's a bit of levity to the situation there to bring a smile to everyone's face before we go and watch the game. Listen, the game is on at 7:45. It will be on non-terrestrial channels is the way I'm going to put this one. So you might need to talk to Dodgy Dave to get the link for this one. I think somewhere along the line. But hopefully you all do get one of those 100% legal links and are able to watch this game later on. But look, as I say, who knows what way this game is going to go. I don't think Chelsea would be expecting to win this. They've got 50 million in Timo Werner up front, you know, but then again, we've got 38 million in Emi Buendia there. And if he, as I say, anything can happen.
But I think if we looked at a team that they've put out plus a bench full of kids, you'd go, yeah, okay, but there's over 200 million sitting on the bench ready to come on and change the game. And that's what has me as downhearted as I am. I expected the team that Dean Smith put out, but I didn't expect Chelsea to be so much stronger in the backup. I expected the likes of Lukaku, who had a knock and was doubtful last week, is suddenly okay to be on the bench for the Carabao Cup, which is a strange one for me.
Right, so you could be downbeat. I'm going saying we're winning 3-0, and fuck it, that's the way it's going to happen. Okay, we'll play good cop, bad cop.
3-0 on penalties, is it?
Yeah, 3-0 on penalties. Oh god, yeah. Jed Steer is going to give that icy stare to Mason Mount, because Mount will have obviously come off the bench at that stage. He's going to give that icy stare to Mason Mount, and he's going to catch it. He's not even going to parry it. He's going to catch it, catch the shot, the penalty. And he's going to be another hero again. But no, guys, thanks so much. Listen, look, thanks everybody for all your comments. This is what we want. We want discussion. We want conversation about stuff like this. It's okay to feel like the team is shit. It's okay to feel like the team is the best in the world. You know, all that will matter is what happens at the result afterwards. And that's the way it is. But look, we've finally got I think that we finally got strength in depth. Like if you look down through all these players, there's probably only one or two of those that starts in our first 11, and that's Matty Cash and that's Dexel Tuanzebe. So it's a big improvement than last year. But are we there yet? No.
I think if we're playing anyone outside of the big six, I don't think anyone bats an eyelid at that team that's gone out there tonight. So it's just unfortunate the way the balls rolled and how we drew Chelsea in this round. But we just got to go, and it is what it is now.
Yeah. Lads, I'm going to finish with something here, and the people are starting to say it inside there in the comments. But listen, go ahead, get your beverages, get sorted, get your links, and that's all that's left to say is up to Villa, because who knows, Villa might do something tonight. And we won't know until afterwards. And we can bitch and moan all we want afterwards. That's the beauty of hindsight. Exactly, yeah. So listen, guys, thanks so much for all the comments. Thanks a million for checking in. We hope to see you back for the next live stream. Everybody welcome. But as I say, listen, let's go out here and let's see and let's be hopeful for this game. And all that's left to say is up to Villa.
Up to Villa.